Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into the incredible underwater world of one of the ocean's smallest, but mightiest engineers, let me take a quick moment to send some good vibes your way. To everyone watching right now, wherever you are in the world, I truly hope you're feeling fantastic, full of energy, and taking good care of yourselves. Health is the ultimate blessing, so here's wishing you strong bodies and happy hearts today and always. Okay, buckle up, because we're about to explore a tiny creature that packs a punch so powerful, it literally boils the water around it and creates underwater lightning. We're talking about the pistol shrimp and its secret weapon, a claw snap so fast it creates cavitation bubbles. Imagine you're snorkeling on a coral reef, enjoying the peace and quiet, when suddenly you hear a loud pop, or snap, sound, almost like someone cracking their knuckles, but coming from the reef itself. Chances are, you've just heard a pistol shrimp at work. These little guys, usually only a few centimeters long and often hiding in burrows or crevices, might seem completely ordinary at first glance. But one of their claws is unlike anything else in the animal kingdom. It's massively oversized compared to the other, often looking comically large, like a tiny shrimp wearing a giant boxing glove. And this isn't just for show. This specialized claw is a biological superweapon capable of generating forces that defy belief. Here's the incredible physics behind it. When the pistol shrimp decides to strike, maybe to stun a small fish, kill a crab, or defend its territory, it doesn't just close its big claw like a normal pincer. Instead, it cocks the claw open, building up tension. Then, in a movement so fast your eyes couldn't possibly follow it even if you were staring right at it, it slams one part of the claw shut against the other. We're talking about a movement that happens in an almost unimaginably tiny fraction of a second. Think millionths of a second. This incredible speed is key. It's not the physical contact of the claw parts hitting each other that does the main damage, although that does make the initial clicking sound. The real magic, or rather, the real physics, happens after the snap. When that claw snaps shut with such blinding speed, it forces a powerful jet of water to shoot out from a tiny channel in the claw at an astonishing velocity. Scientists have measured this water jet traveling at speeds exceeding 100 kilometers per hour. That's faster than water blasting out of a high-pressure hose nozzle. Now, when you push water that fast, something truly bizarre happens to the water itself. The high-speed jet creates an area directly behind it where the water pressure drops incredibly low, almost instantaneously. Think of it like pulling the plug in a bathtub. Water rushes out, creating a low-pressure zone behind it. But in the pistol shrimp's case, this drop in pressure is so sudden and so extreme that the water literally can't hold itself together as a liquid in that tiny zone. This is where we get cavitation. The word cavitation comes from cavity, meaning hole. What happens is that the extremely low pressure causes the water to actually tear apart or vaporize, forming a bubble, but not an air bubble like you blow underwater. This is a bubble filled with water vapor, essentially steam. So, in the blink of an eye, that super fast claw snap creates a tiny, super hot steam bubble right in front of the shrimp's claw. This is the cavitation bubble. But the story doesn't end there. This bubble is incredibly unstable. It only exists for a fleeting moment, maybe a few thousandths of a second, because the surrounding water, which is at normal ocean pressure, immediately rushes back in to fill the low-pressure void. The collapse of this cavitation bubble is where things get truly explosive. When the surrounding water slams back into that tiny space, collapsing the vapor bubble, it happens with immense force. All that energy that went into creating the bubble and jet gets concentrated into a vanishingly small point at the center of the collapsing bubble. The pressure inside the collapsing bubble skyrockets to levels scientists estimate can be thousands of times greater than the atmospheric pressure we experience at sea level. To put that in perspective, the pressure deep in the Mariana Trench, the deepest part of the ocean, is immense, but this tiny bubble collapse generates pressures that dwarf even that. But it gets even more mind-blowing. All that energy concentrated into such a tiny space doesn't just create immense pressure, it also generates an incredible amount of heat. We're talking temperatures that, for a split nanosecond, can briefly soar to an estimated 4,700 degrees Celsius. That's hotter than the surface of our sun, which is around 5,500 degrees Celsius. Yes, you heard that right. A tiny shrimp, snapping its claw in the cool ocean water, can create a microscopic hotspot that, for an instant, rivals the temperature of the sun's surface. This intense heat, even though it lasts for only a minuscule fraction of time, is enough to rip apart nearby cells, vaporize tiny bits of tissue, and utterly destroy small creatures unlucky enough to be in the bubble's path. The energy released by this collapsing bubble is so violent that it creates two powerful effects we can actually observe. First, there's the sound. That loud pop, or snap, you hear underwater isn't primarily the claw hitting itself, it's the sonic boom generated by the cavitation bubble collapsing. It's literally an underwater explosion, creating a shockwave powerful enough to stun or kill small fish and invertebrates nearby. Second, there's light. Yes, light. This phenomenon is called sonoluminescence. The intense heat and pressure at the center of the collapsing bubble are so extreme that they cause the tiny amount of gas trapped inside to emit a flash of light. It's like a miniature bolt of lightning happening underwater. This flash is incredibly faint and incredibly brief, lasting only picoseconds, trillionths of a second, and usually requires specialized equipment to see in a lab setting, but it's a real testament to the insane energies involved. So, the pistol shrimp doesn't just snap, it creates a tiny, fleeting sun that booms and flashes. Think about what this means for the shrimp's prey. If a small fish or a crab is within a centimeter or two of that snapping claw, it gets hit by a devastating 1-2 punch. First, the high-speed water jet itself can deliver a physical blow. Then, milliseconds later, the collapsing cavitation bubble unleashes a powerful shockwave that can stun, rupture internal organs, or shatter shells, along with that intense, localized heat. It's a highly effective, long-range weapon. The shrimp doesn't even need to physically touch its target to kill it. It can shoot from the safety of its burrow entrance. This makes the pistol shrimp a formidable predator despite its small size. This claw is so specialized and requires such precise mechanics that if the shrimp loses it, something fascinating happens. When it molts its exoskeleton and grows a new one, the smaller claw transforms into a new gigantic snapping claw. The shrimp is essentially ambidextrous in terms of growing its superweapon. The original big claw, if lost, will grow back as the smaller, more typical pincer claw. This shows how vital this unique weapon is to the shrimp's survival strategy. It always ensures it has one. The pistol shrimp's remarkable ability isn't just a cool party trick, it has real-world implications. Scientists and engineers are fascinated by cavitation because it's not just a shrimp thing. It happens around fast-spinning boat propellers, causing erosion and damage over time. Understanding how the pistol shrimp controls and harnesses cavitation so precisely, without destroying its own claw, could inspire new designs for propellers, pumps, or even medical devices. For example, researchers are exploring using controlled cavitation bubbles, similar to what the shrimp creates, for targeted drug delivery or non-invasive surgery techniques, using the shockwaves to break up kidney stones or tumors with pinpoint accuracy. Nature has already solved the engineering challenge. We're just trying to catch up and learn from it. It's also worth mentioning that pistol shrimp often form fascinating partnerships on the reef. Many species are known to be watchmen shrimp that share burrows with specific types of goby fish. The nearly blind shrimp digs and maintains the burrow, while the goby, with its excellent eyesight, stands guard at the entrance. If danger approaches, the goby flicks its tail to warn the shrimp, which then retreats into the burrow. Both benefit. The shrimp gets an early warning system, and the goby gets a safe home. Even with its powerful claw, the shrimp relies on a friend for protection, showing that even the toughest critters need a little help sometimes. So, the next time you hear that distinctive snap or pop while diving or watching a nature documentary, remember the incredible physics happening right before your ears. That tiny pistol shrimp, often overlooked, is performing a feat of biomechanical engineering that harnesses the fundamental properties of water to create miniature underwater explosions hotter than the sun. It's a perfect example of how evolution can produce astonishing solutions, turning a simple claw snap into a cavitation cannon capable of generating immense pressure, searing heat, powerful shockwaves, and even light. It reminds us that the ocean is full of wonders, big and small, and that even the smallest creatures can possess abilities that push the boundaries of our understanding of physics and biology. The pistol shrimp is a true marvel, a testament to the power packed into the natural world, proving that sometimes the loudest bangs come from the smallest packages. Stay curious, stay healthy, and take care out there.